It's time to take 5. Now you know.
Taking care of a family member as they age can be quite challenging, especially if our loved ones are coping with memory issues. With us today is Melinda Pollard, the Director of Community Relations of Artis Senior Living, and Samara Schneider, Director of Partnership Development, who can offer some meaningful answers to some of the questions that you may have. Welcome, Melinda.
Welcome, Samara.
Hello.
Thank you. Can you explain to me what sets Artis Senior Living apart?
You know, before Samara speaks, I just want to say that Samara is the role that sets us apart. And we're going to be talking a lot today about our philosophy and why that's so important. And we consider Samara, our Director of Partnership Development, the keeper of the Artis way, the Artis philosophy. So I'm totally going to let her talk more about that because she is the expert about our philosophy and how we apply that to our residents, our associates, and our family members in our everyday goings about at Artis.
Oh, that's incredible. Yes. Can you describe Artis Senior Living?
Yes, so our philosophy says nothing about memory care. It's all about human care. And Artis is actually an acronym. And like Melinda said, everything about each letter stands for something that we personalize our residents' care to. And that's what we really believe sets us apart because we look to the resident as being a person, not as the disease.
And what makes Artis different?
It really is that. When people ask us who our biggest competition is, I'm always like, look, I'm going to tell you humbly and confidently that we don't have competition because using the Artis way for everything that we do with our residents ensures that they have an individualized experience, a living experience, and keep the honor and the dignity that people deserve despite their diagnosis of dementia. And so I'd love for Samara to talk a little bit about some of the examples of our philosophy.
So you said what sets us apart. So we get actually a partnership profile from our families, and it really details about the resident and not just about their hobbies and what they did for a living, but who they are as a person, what fears do they have, if they know they have dementia. And that information helps me transition the resident to Artis. I gather all the information from the profile and from the families, and then when the resident comes, I spend the first 2 to 3 hours with them. I educate the staff on who the resident is, just to make sure it's an easy transition. I get with our coordinators of health and wellness, I get with our care partners and the rest of the community to make sure that the resident is very comfortable because it's a very scary time for them and coming into a new environment. So I make sure whatever they need, that they have that reassurance of somebody being there.
And one of the things you were telling me off camera is a lot of the residents don't even realize that they're in a memory care facility.
Correct. Yes.
They think it's more like a club.
Right. So a lot of residents think they're either in, maybe a retirement community or a club or a hotel. I've had a few residents think it's a cruise ship. So whatever the residents think, whatever world they think they're in, that's what we want to be in for them.
And you mentioned earlier that Artis is actually an acronym. Can you tell me what that stands for?
Sure. So Artis, the A in Artis stands for the ability to have a voice. So our residents meet with our executive director and our chef monthly for our town hall and time to dish meetings. The R in Artis is respecting and maintaining relationships. So we say that our residents aren't just residents of Artis. They're mothers, their fathers, their grandfathers, their uncles, etc. The T in Artis is treasuring each person's uniqueness. So we allow our residents to have whatever schedule and routine they want. We adapt to whatever schedule they have. The I in Artis is integrity, and that means to do the right thing. And then lastly, success and recognition is the S, and it means what is a successful day for somebody with dementia? And it's whatever day they want to have.
Thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you.
If you have any additional questions or would like to schedule a complimentary tour, you can call 561-989-9945. Artis Senior Living in Boca will listen to you and customize your visit to fit your needs.